Everybody, Collins is here. Collins, bro, thank you, man. Thank you for showing up. Even if you're gonna leave in a few seconds, man, it means a lot to see that a person showed up. They're here. Collins, can you hear me? Is it good? Since I'm streaming to the second channel, I had to redo the Streamlabs thing. So I don't know if it's all working like it usually does. Can you hear me, Collins? Does it sound good? Do I sound too loud? Tell me this. How about this, Collins? Tell me this. But you could you humor me for one moment, Collins? I'm gonna switch between the two denoisers. Tell me which one sounds better. Let me say it. This is the first one. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Here's the second one. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. And now I'm back to the first one. Can you tell me which one you prefer? First one, this is the first one, this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the second one, this is the second one. First one, okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, because the next one, it's like more of a, I don't want to say AI, but, you know, it thinks about it. But it also adds this, like, whenever you start to talk, it goes, and it, like, brings the thing, it, you know, it doesn't just do, like, a mask, constant denoise over the whole thing that, I don't know. I don't know how it works, actually. I'm just talking on my ass. Listen, you guys. Single person watching Collins. Listen, hey, Collins. I'm talking to you right now. You're the only, Collins. So I'm gonna, like, I haven't looked at, actually, I lied. I pulled one up at, like, 6 or something, and then I clicked exit because I'm like, I don't want to spoil it. I want to do it for the live stream. But at that point, it was NBC, and it said 60% chance of Trump winning, 40% Kamala. And I'm like, damn, that's NBC saying that. So I think things are looking good. There could always be some funny business, but here's the thing also. I always used to, like, actually think that's so stupid. The idea of, like, you think they cheated? This man just tried to overthrow the government because he lost like a sourpuss. Donald Trump is acting like a sourpuss! And he is a sourpuss, too. He's like a little grumpy, like, little boy guy. But we live in a world where things happen. Things exist. Power struggles. Obviously, anyone who can is going to cheat for the biggest role in the entire world. The biggest singular person role that we know of in the entire, which it is basically still. I even if there's, you know, some cabal, I think that's spread amongst people. I don't think they would allow one person to be the thing. But even if, you know, this thing can still make some moves, I think. See, the thing is, it's been just Republican, Democrat, and they both wanted there to be only two parties because they're both kind of the same. As in, it's both people are still beholden to military-industrial complex, still beholden to Big Pharma. They're beholden to all the billionaires that own the country. All the things that actually make money, they're going to do what makes them money, and then all the other things come next, all the little shows and things to make the country work a little bit. Those comes fucking 8th, 9th, I'd say 22nd. But suddenly Donald Trump comes in, and he's just out of left field. He just comes out, he's not a part of this, and that's why they, like, we're like, no, It's not because he's like a seriously bright and, you know, he wants to stop the corruption. I think he does, though. I think, because I have been listening to some, like, old videos of him, like, back when he was a younger chap. He owned buildings in New York. He's a businessman. Oh, he's a businessman. He owns things. Oh, he's gonna run the country like a businessman. They put the suit on, bro, and they're like, dude. But all the things that he ever used to talk on, all he talks about is, you know, politics. So it's not like it was just, you know, out of nowhere. He was just fucking, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna get some money. Maybe it was, but he's always been interested in it, apparently, and he's always been talking about corruption. Now you can say, is that legitimate or not? I've been watching podcasts with him, and he seems genuine. I think he believes, like, even if he says lies at times, which the other, it's everything he said, and I believed everything he said was a lie. But here, okay, listen. I still kind of have it in my heart, like the right, the people on the right, the people that have conspiracy theories and such, are a little dumb. They kind of like, in my mind, so this isn't me saying for sure, but in my mind, they don't think like, they kind of just feel or something. But here is what I've kind of I think is there. It's like there's a saying. I forget how the first. It's like the wisdom of the crowd. I think that's what it's called, the wisdom of the crowd, which is actually like the exact opposite of what we've came to believe in our current political climate and culture. Is actually the crowds are stupid, but there's a saying, wisdom of the crowd. Like what the sentiment, whatever the crowd builds up and they start to like chant and form around, it usually there's wisdom in it. And I think these people, a lot of them, are like, honestly, just wiping little crumbs off of the desk. Like mostly, it's not like crumbs of food, but there's like little white specks. I guess it's just dust. I don't know. Or the cocaine, massive amounts of cocaine. And so I wiped it off, but I had a drawer open, so it actually fell in the drawer. And if I wasn't streaming right now, I'd have been like, well, guess my next little moment's cleaning out the drawer, because I can't have that. Listen, I think these people are like connected. Okay, so first, magic is real. It's not magic. It's whatever the fuck happens whenever you take DMT, which is already in our head, and whatever the fuck's going on. I've had experiences where, listen, this is going to the extreme, but listen, if I heard any bit of anything that I think and say today, 4 years ago, especially 8 years ago, well, even back before I was into politics, about the spiritual stuff, I would be like, there's literally no way. I would guarantee you, whatever this little genie guy is coming back into the past, or whatever the future, he's telling me, this is you from in the future. This is what you're saying. I'm like, well, you're making this up, or I've gone crazy. None of this this isn't real. You're fucking with me. This is fucked up. Stop making fun of me, is what I would say. But shit, I don't know what is happening. All I know is it's more than meets the eye. Something's happening, and that doesn't mean it's magic. For it to exist means there's no. It's like it could be magic if this is like a full-on simulation where it's like a purpose-built computational thing above the thing. If it's not like fundamental, like at the bottom level of like. So you could imagine the universe is creating more universes in two different ways. One's through the black holes. Each time a singularity appears, it folds out into the next one, and that's the Big Bang in the next one. That would be like a fundamental part of the structure itself that can expand. Or if many worlds, like at every instant of a quantum interaction, it branches out into all possible, outcomes of that interaction. That would be a fundamental concrete thing that's built in. But then like things being born, intelligent beings, and they create out of the matter computational machines that can simulate worlds. That'd be technically, it'd still be a built-in function of it. It'd still be the same, it still happens because of the thing. It exists within the thing. It's not an outside thing, but it'd be like a completely, I think of it as a different thing. And so in that way, you could simulate every law that you know inside of your own universe. You could simulate everything that happens within that thing, but you could technically drag and drop out of nowhere, like, you know, they could spawn a big, you know, big happy face, a big like Pac-Man, big round yellow guy that morphs through my door and wall and like comes up close to me. They could do that, and scientists could look at it forever and be like, how did this happen? But it's not anything to do with like the code of within our thing that we can touch. It's from the outside. They just dragged and drop, you know, they can drag and drop and swipe it around fast in the speed of light. They can do whatever. They could just type what they want to happen. And so in that case, that would be what I would describe as magic, as something from outside of this that isn't tied to us in a direct I don't know how to describe it. Like what specifically mathematically, especially obviously, I don't know how to describe it mathematically, but like logically, I don't know how to distinguish those two things other than how I described, you know, like a natural process. But either way, that would be magic. If something from so that's a possible way magic could exist. They could literally just spawn themselves in and not be, even if we blew up a nuclear bomb right next to where their guy is, that's not actually them. They don't have to die. They coded a thing to exist in that location, and they don't have, nothing affects them. It doesn't have to. That's one possibility. Or this is the fundamental structure of what we're in. I think it's like both of those things constantly throughout. Whatever. I've gotten off track. Have I gotten off track? Is there a single person watching? Is there? There's 3 guys, concurrent viewers, but it says 3 here and then 1 here actually. So I don't even know what's happening. Nobody's here. Hey Collins, how you doing? Okay. Thank you, Collins, for still being here. I don't want to pressure you, because whenever it's only, you know, one person here, Collins, I'm constantly talking to them, and then I start to feel bad, so I stop to say their name, because I'm like, I don't want them to feel like they have to stay here to keep responding. Like, because if I say something, you know, there's not going to be another person here, because it says 1 viewer, and then I'd be like talking, and then, you know, so I don't want it to be like a thing where people feel like they have to stay here. Is the thing. Okay, so what I was going to say is, each time this has happened, the other side gets so fucking excited. They go, oh, because they see all the people on Twitter and all the websites on the other side get mad and go, no, you know, and start to feel pain. Another side's like, yeah, and it's like they're raping the other one. It's like the same exact, like, that's the extreme. The rape is the extreme, but it's the same lineage of thing of like one side like dominating the other and like seeing them have like crying and fear in their eyes, like, oh yes, like I fuck. That's not obviously that's gonna happen. That's not what I have in me at all. If there is a part of that in me, maybe there is. I really don't. Maybe for a moment there is maybe a split second of a grin. Sometimes I'll read a thing and it's someone so far out there. Even whenever I was on the left, like there'd be people that are so far out there, and the thought of Trump winning and then down the line, like RFK, Elon Musk, all these people have bitch tendencies. I haven't seen a bitch tendency in RFK though, honestly. But they're net good. All this stuff is like, I was wrong. I was just wrong, you know? My son is knocking on the door. Hold on. Come on! Sorry, come here, give me a hug. I didn't just scare you that. Come here, give me a hug. Boop! I'm streaming right now. What do you want? Did you want to play? What'd you want to play?
I wanted to play VR with you before.
Did you? Have you plugged it in? Has it been charging?
Yeah.
We can play that new one to try writing, but hold on, I'm still talking about election stuff. I'm still streaming about that. Okay. I scared him too bad. I screamed. It was pretty silly though. Yeah, so I just hate that. I hate the thought of like people getting excited about the other side being in pain. That's the exact thing we have to get away from. That's the exact thing that's like making people look at the other side of the people. No, Camden, I said I'm streaming. I said I'm streaming. So go ahead and start playing on VR and I'll join you whenever I can. I'll call you on there whenever I can. Bob. I laid down the hammer on that boy. I said, Daddy's got to stream. This is very important. Do you think me having a little fatherly fun time moment with you is more important than me to stream to 2 people? Daddy's got a job to do. There's 2 viewers watching me right now. This is important. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. But I'll tell you what, on the first election, I was devastated. You know, I was actually like, kind of my eyes were watery. I was like, just the realization from like how, and there's a truth in it that the other side was like, just so excited about like outing the others, having there be an other of like these nasties coming into our country, the nasty colored ones, and like just because I was surrounded by those people. Like I already told the story in my last thing, like I was surrounded by those people literally. Like it wasn't a question of whether that existed or not, but to see the entire country actually did favor that, I was like, whoa, oh no, you know, that was devastating. Lately, you know, even though nobody's gonna watch any of my shit, nobody's watching any of my stuff, I still think in terms of how can I talk that would best, I guess, convert, but I just want to offer the most non-confrontational, like where it would just be a headbutt and knock each other back again thing, where it's be like, no, look, this is what you know, I want to think of how, and this has been in my head back when I was on the left, like, and I think of myself as a left person just because I think, you know, it's crazy. Like a while, even whenever I first got into politics, the left was about like, don't get into war, help the other people and all that stuff. And I'm still all about social programs. Like, you know, I'm not going to pay my taxes for them to, you know, or, you know, I think we should, because we have the means. We are spending fucking $20 trillion billion a year on shit. If we don't do that to just feed this top little strip above all of us of like 0.1% of people, to give them the trillion billion dollars, we could we're in the future, you guys. We're in the future. We have the ability to feed everybody for free. Yes, for free. You're telling me they don't even have to work for it? Yes. They don't even have to work for it. They can live. They can live. We can do that for them. Unless some shit happens, we get bombed, there's a nuke that goes off, then we'd be like, all right, you guys, shit's gone bad. Whatever. But yeah, it's weird how throughout history the sides have flipped. Like, it's always talked about, it's a thing brought up by like the right to the left, where, well, you talk about us being racist, it was the Democrats who wanted to keep the slaves enslaved. And it, you know, it was, you know, like the Lincoln was a Republican, wasn't he? Hey Siri, was Lincoln a Republican?
A republic based on the
Bitch! It just described republic to me! Oh God! Oh, now I'm pissed! Let me ask ChatGPT. Was Lincoln, the President Lincoln, Abraham, what was it? Abraham Lincoln? That doesn't sound like a real word. I think that's right though. Was Lincoln a Republican? Please and thank you. This bitch has got to think for a while. I don't have any.
Abraham Lincoln was indeed a Republican.
Yes, he was a Republican. Bitch ass stupid voice.
In 1860.
I love people. That's not a bitch ass voice. People are good. I love people. That's the thing about me. I love everybody. That's the thing. That's the thing people gotta know. I love all the guys, everybody, every person. They're all good. So it switched. It flip flopped. Like back then, it was the Democrats wanting the, so it just flipped, and then it flipped again, and it was for a while Republicans were the leader class, the managers, the people who owned companies, the people who wanted to keep going to war, the warmongers, the people at the top. That was them. And the Democrats were of the working class, the poor, the people not wanting to go to war, of keep wanting freedom of speech, of like not constricting on, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't do that. And then it's flipped again. It's flipped where the Republican class is the one representing the people working, the poor people, and the Democrat. And it seems like a fucking, like, I don't know if it's calculated, but it's like it's like a natural cycle where the people at the top have stayed at the top, but they want the support of the working class. They don't want to be branded as the people that are the managerial class, or else they're going to get not have the support of the people funding them, which is the 80% of the public that are doing the manual labor to create the functioning machine that is the country that can provide them with the sustained top part of it. And so they flip over and they come to the other side, and then the people on the bottom start to realize, and it just flip-flops. And yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. No, I'm just joking. Oh heck no. Colin says thanks for every once in a while letting a comment fly. Cons letting me know you're still here. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. Makes me feel happy in my gut, my tummy, and my tummy. I says I have 1 day left of the thing I can't mention, actually. It makes it to where I can't post on the other thing, or else I wouldn't have, or I would have posted on, I would have done this live stream on the actual channel. But yeah, so it's weird. But like, goddamn, the new voters don't have like a history of like being in politics to know about the Dick Cheney guy. But that should have been the wake-up call for so many of the people that have been in this. Dick Cheney was like the devil for them, because all he wanted to do is keep going to war, fund the military-industrial complex. They knew the words for these things. They were talking about the military, the same people alive today that are like super left, they knew about these things, and they knew him as the guy that was like at the forefront of this. And then he came out. I don't even understand how they thought that was a good idea of him, even if he did support them. Just spend money under the deck or do whatever you need to do to support them, but don't put your name attached to them, because that's gonna backfire. Your name is like, I don't even think Republicans like the fucker. Nobody likes that guy. I'm doing gestures like Trump, man. Fuck! Back whenever I was super into the election shit the first time, like, it was leading up to Trump getting elected, and I was watching so many interviews and shit of him that I did pick up a bunch of his mannerisms, because he lived in my head rent free. He really did, like in a way that I it's kind of like an itch I was scratching at the same time, kind of like whenever you see cringe content, but you keep watching because it's kind of like scratching an itch you got, and you're kind of like, I don't know. And so yeah, I started to do those gestures and shit, and I'm like, ah! Stop! That's kind of like what I was like. But yeah, I mean, just the other day, he's gotten a lot better tempered. But just the other day, in that one live stream or whatever, that event that they did with that one comedian Kill Tony, I hate that show, dude. I hate I hate comedy. Like, I don't know if I'm on the other side of it, or if I'm like, I don't know. It seems like things progressively advance, and like the people that are alive today that are just now getting born, they're going to be so far advanced from me. And my kid, I can already tell he's going to be so far advanced from me. But it seems like there's generational, gaps where this thing thinks this is gay, this thing thinks this is gay, this thing thinks this is gay. Meaning cringe. I should say cringe. I'm sorry. That must suck for gay people to have the thing that describes the is synonymous with lame. But I just grew up where that was the word for it. And I'm not actually thinking about like queer or like, whatever. I think that the thought of getting up on stage to be like, time to tell my jokes, and having written down a bunch of shit, dude, the cringe, it personifies it. It like that's I can't imagine, dude. That is so I could not imagine. I would kill my own brain inside of itself from within this inside of my brain. The thing that talks, the other part of my brain that beats down the part of my other part of my brain, it would fucking it would kill me. It would fucking kill me if I thought I had something so good to say that I was saying it. But I'm on live stream, but I'm not preparing jokes, preparing a little act. I'm not preparing a little act. I don't know, man. Something about it is so cringe, so gay. I could not. So Kill Tony to me is like everything I'm not interested in. That type of comedy. Like, I always thought it was funny. It turns out it's true, though. Joe Rogan was actually like a comedian for forever before he did Fear Factor, before he did the podcast. And I tried watching his thing, and I'm like, oh my God. He's not funny. I get it. I get the jokes. But again, there's just a generational step that things pass other things up. It's not funny anymore. It's not, it's so silly that's the one thing I can't stand about his podcast, man, is I'm like, if I ever made a podcast, okay, let's just hypothetical. This isn't going to happen. The fucking singularity is going to come before this, and I'm not fucking motivated and non-depressed enough to make it. But if I became successful in this, there's not much to talk about in this. There's a lot of social interactions that happen if you're a comedian that goes up on stage and goes to the Laugh Factory. These fucking things that are ingrained in my mind because I've just heard it said so many times on Joe Rogan. I don't give a shit! I don't want to know about these things! But goddamn, he just starts talking about, you go up on stage and this happens, and you think it's like they won't let us say our jokes. They won't let us say our jokes. Which also I can relate with. YouTube literally kicked me off because, and it's crazy, the part that it said, if you saw the thing I posted on Twitter about it, I had a part in the video where I'm like, I didn't keep it in either. I said, the part that it segmented out of the video is me just describing how those things worked. I'm not even going to say the name of the thing that I'm talking about. But it's literally talking about how the thing works. Like on Wikipedia, it agrees word for word, except it actually uses the actual words instead of like me. I was saying the thing of atoms in the shape that goes to the thing instead of all the actual words. But like I didn't say anything that was actually factually wrong. So I understand there is the other side that's like trying to stop it, but most of from their side, I think it's like the result of the media machine, which all this sounds so stupid. I know you guys, if you're from the other side, dude, I get it. I agree it sounds stupid. I agree it sounds stupid. Like the media is trying to change. They're trying to change your mind. You're the sheep. You're the sheep of the media. Media's telling you this, and it's like on the other side, you'd be like, oh, what? Facts? Scientists actually doing research. The thing's actually, finding out what's happening. You don't agree with facts? It turns out, fuck. It turns out, fuck, they've been doing some work. Humans, they get up to some stuff. If they're in power, they do some stuff to get some more stuff. They do stuff to get more stuff. They want more stuff. More. Military-industrial complex. As soon as anyone, like, I don't talk to people, but I'm like, there's been a couple where, like, they talk to me and they're like, what the hell are you talking about voting for Trump? And I'm like, all right, listen. The main thing I can say is I don't want to keep funding wars. The military-industrial complex has owned both parties, and literally all like the hot cultural topics of like gender and women's rights, things like that, which matter. They matter. But they will pick those things up so fast, the Democrats, to like start lambasting on those things. But as many times as the Republicans and all their things have talked about, we need to get out of the wars. We need to stop funding the wars. These people just keep sending us to wars. Wars. Stop the wars. The military-industrial complex. Stop it. As many times as they said that, the Democrats have literally not once said we need to stop the wars. They'll bring up Ukraine, like we need to support Ukraine. They'll bring up Gaza and stuff, like they need to stop going so hard with Gaza, but also they have a right to let's keep it going. Just keep it hush. Hush. Stop doing it so loud so that people can stop getting on our backs about it. That's the one thing they never come out, because that's who owns them. Dick Cheney supported them. I don't understand how that thing alone didn't make the whole side be like, oh, shit. They got me with the whole, like, oh, they hate women, they're gonna kill us. They won't let you be you. And who are you? You're only the thing that you want to fuck. That's who you are. Your gender. You want to fuck that other thing? Who are you? That's everything. That's all you are, is that thing. Now kill. It's hard to have a thing that you call your own and have an identity from. I don't even know how much of an identity we had in the history, shit. I mean, probably a lot in like recent history, but if there wasn't a lost civilization that was like super advanced in whatever way, if we're just looking at hunter-gatherers, they probably didn't have much of an identity. There might have been like the best guy that did the swiping motion best. Like, who knows though? They had shamans and shit for a while. I might just have bad thoughts. I am thinking about it wrong. I might. But, yeah, they're real good at sucking the idea towards, this is what you need to focus on, is gender and this shit. Not the shit where we're actually going to send all of our people over to fight and kill these people so we can make more money. That's the thing. That's it. That's all there is. That's all there is. And Big Pharma, which the left used to always be in agreement that they were making drugs to sell to people that weren't safe, that were just there to fucking take more money away from them. We've seen that from the inception of any fucking civilization that has money. There's the people that fucking abuse the other people. We're still not to the point yet where we're gonna be like, okay, let's not it's up to like the individual to be like, there's never going to be the option or the idea of wanting to actually abuse another person to take things from them. And that's gonna be, I don't know how far away that is, but that's the only thing that'll actually save us from this. The thing, like, here's what I'll say. I wish back in school, I wish I would have read your Auntie's orange, and that's super funny. He is orange, yeah. He does have a weird face. Yeah, so I'm gonna go look at Twitter here in a second. I want to see what those people are up to, because most of my feed is still, because most of the people I follow are like Democrat type whatever, I guess. I don't know, but I've been seeing tons of their shit. Like, I actually see like I don't know if this is just me, but I think that if this is normal for Twitter, they actually do show a good split down the middle, because I see like super far left shit and super far right shit. Like literally, like, you know, those videos where it shows like a remix of a person, like if they're a dancer or a person that was in a movie, they'll take scenes like doom, 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 and it'll be different scenes for each one. It'll be a music video tied to like show how cool they are in whatever way that they are a person. There'll be ones. What was I just talking about? What was I just talking about? Hold on. I was reading, and he's orange, and that's how I think, and I'm like, okay, I see a varied amount of things from like the left to the thing, and I was talking about those videos that show the boom, 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 and like show someone as being really cool. What the fuck was I talking about, man? There had to have been a person I was referring to. There had to be a specific guy. Who was I talking? What was I talking about? Come on. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to take a peek. Let's see. I'm going to click. That's Fox. This is NBC's Democrat. I want to see what they're saying. I want to see what they're saying.
The great state of Ohio, a former battleground.
Semi-battleground, right? We got exit polls.
Oh, fuck. Oh, this is just Louisiana. Or is this like total? Okay.
Data out of Ohio as well.
Why did
17
this just
electoral
shut down?
votes, about 55% of the vote is in. Trump is on top by about 266,000 votes. I want you to remember that number. Write it down if you can. I know it's a big number, 266,000.
I'm not gonna remember that.
The reason why I want to highlight that difference, because when we punch up Ohio here.
The fuck, a mariachi band? I shouldn't know that word for what mariachi band is. I shouldn't know what that is. So this one says... What the who? What? No! No! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Well, whatever. I don't know what. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. I'm not about to listen to your shit.
Areas, the reason we expect Ohio.
So is this? Oh, these are just individual.
Let's
Oh
talk
shit!
about the Senate race there.
That is the fuck. Whoa! Is this actually a landslide? Are there gonna be more that? There's gonna be more that come in after, because of that's how it happened last election. Is there was that, like, the meme is always like the red swoop comes up this way and the blue swoop comes up below it, and then at the last minute they count all the extra votes and it goes doot doot and they win. That guy says Minecraft for Trump. I just saw it. Minecraft for Trump right there. Minnesota. Fuck. That would have been so much cooler if it said Minecraft for Trump. What can I say, you guys? I'm a gamer. I see Minnesota, I think Minecraft. Get your word more different. Switch your word up. Spell it different. I'm thinking Minecraft over here. Alright. Let's see what Barack has to say. Barack Obama. What's this little thing he has? It took several days to count every ballot in 2020, and it's very likely we won't know the outcome tonight either, so please keep a few things in mind as you make your voice heard today. Thousands of election workers around the country are working hard today. Respect them, thank them, don't share things before checking your sources. Everything he says is... There's nothing to make fun of. Everything he said is true, yeah. Could you imagine if the shit people are saying is actually true? Like, I don't care if... Who's his wife? Who's that lady? I was going to say Melania. That's Trump's. If his wife is a man, I don't care. It's a little weird. Given... Like, I don't... These things can't be that common, right? That everyone... Like, there's so many actors inside of Hollywood that have kids that are all... becoming gay or, you know, whatever. They're, you know. like a huge percentage, like 80% of, it's some weird, I'm not going to say a percentage, I don't know the, you know, but it's some ridiculous thing that's different from the rest of the public. So it's not like it's something caused by our genetics, a thing that exists solely because of itself. They don't have any different chemicals being put through. Maybe there is, if they're the planes, you know, things, if that stuff is real, maybe they're dumping it differently over there. There could be a difference in chemicals in the stuff. But if there's not, that means it is culturally based. It is through talk, socially, they see this is the thing, and we've all known that. That's what kids do. They get attracted to the things that are happening, and, you know, they get sucked into it, and parents do the same. And so it's insane to imagine these parents are imagining, like, the best badge to wear is to have your kid be a special thing, to show how little you hate and how much you love, and that you're letting your kid express their true selves. But like those ratios of how many are these extra things don't exist. And I'm sorry, I have to keep not using that specific words. If I use specific words to describe the actual things I'm talking about, they're gonna bomb this video. They're going to blow it up. So I have to be, you know, but like that one, a specific one is like that I heard about was Megan Fox, where she's had like 3 kids and each one of them are trans. Each one. I think it's trans. And that just doesn't exist. That doesn't happen. Maybe if it is genetically crossed, a person would have, there's a parent that would have a higher chance of having kids that it's crossed. But if you have kids that are different sexes, and each, that could be a part of DNA where each, I don't know. It's complicated. There's no way to know. But there is just looking at statistics. So if this is actually as weird as people talk about, like the scariest conspiracy theories, where you think of like pizza, and then you open and close your gate. Those two. I think it's scary because, like I was saying, I think there is a wisdom of the crowd, and these people that are Republican, they don't like actually think logically, in a sense of like, okay, you know, like in a mathematical way of like, here's an idea and how does it compare to these ideas, and it doesn't like walk through like a process. It just kind of arrives all at once, like in an intuitional type of way, and that's really easy to discredit and disregard. But they're right a lot of the time. And as much as he's made fun of Alex Jones, 2 weeks or whatever before 9/11, he called it out. He said specifically they're going to bomb these 2 towers and they're going to blame it on Osama bin Laden. He said his name and everything. Like, so that's what I was talking about. There's something extra going on here. There's some like the shamanic things in our past, in our history of humans, where these people had like a third eye. They could look outside the thing. They could get information from like seemingly other beings that existed around us. However you want to think of it. Something like that's happening. And like certain people, it's like they're less clouded by thought. I don't want it, that's mean. But like it feels like they're less clouded by thought, except for Alex Jones. He's very analytical thinking, you know, but the public, the wisdom of the crowd, it seems like I don't know where it comes from, but it all sounds so fucking silly and so ridiculous. But I'm so scared, because if this idea even exists, and I, in my own personal life, have run into like 5 people that have very, very dark, nasty sides to them, on the scale of what pizza, the thing I was talking about, where on the scale of that, like 3 people, at least 5, 2 other, you know. And so just the thought being out there of that being a possible thing that happens, I think that means that, yeah, that and even back in, what's his name, the guy that made Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the guy that wrote that book, he called it out by name. Like, we were given adrenochrome by this crazy satanic guy. Like, his lawyer went and picked it up, the drug from this guy, and we picked it up from this crazy satanic guy that said the only way to get it is from the pineal gland of a living human. And so the idea's been there for a long time, and people are fucking silly, man. We look back in history, people are beyond cruel and beyond twisted. I think, oh no, I think, oh God. I think, oh no, I think, oh God, man. I think these things might. And that's why I've had like a few live streams where I come on here and I start talking about, like, I realized I didn't explain why I was thinking about these things. So it sounded real weird when I thought back to it. But I was like, okay, at least for like traditional, just, I don't know how to say the word without it being the actual word, like pedo stuff. At least to just the, not like all the way, like if this is where you're born and this is 18, so it's kind of like to this area, at least that's where humans traditionally back in the day would be of age and started to do the thing, because they would die like at 25 or 30. So that was just that was the age. So that's evolutionarily in our systems that we're attracted to the things at that age or whatever. And the reason and that sounds like such a weird thing to say, like, why are you even, I'm trying to make sense of this evil landscape. I'm trying, because I'm like, oh no, you see the Holocaust, you see all these things people have done, and you're like, oh fucking God, dude. And then you start to think, oh no, how far does this go? And I'm trying to fucking make sense of this, because I'm like, how, where, what the fuck is happening? So like every point that I can be like, okay, I can understand where that part comes from. But then it gets extra where they're like whole fucking stupid ass ceremonies where they're like, you know, bleeding them and purposefully torture to make it as extreme as possible. Imagine how many lives have had that happen, even in history, the ones we know about. But if it's still happening today, they've made like a science out of it. They have fucking tubes hooked up to them and like cut open into the thing to, if it's true, even if it happened like only one time and that's where the story came from, or even if it's happening in a small amount. And I'm just like, it's like a panic inside of your chest. You're like, fuck, dude. And if he wins, man, it sounds so silly to think of like Donald Trump as a savior of any kind. And it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It doesn't even have to do with the Republican Party. As I said, they switch all the time. It's just this leading class of people at the top that are just sucking the life out of us and going to wars, sending us to wars, filling us with the drugs to make money off of them so that we have more drugs that can counteract the side effects of the other drugs. And oh my God, dude. And if the actual evil shit's going on, even in small little amounts, and I think I've met enough people in my own life that I'm like, if they had power, that's what they would have done. That's what they would have done. That's what would have happened. I don't know, man, but it's fucking scary. And I've been praying. It sounds so silly. I think of the meme video of like the guy in the car whenever the cops come up and he's like, save me, Donald Trump. That's awesome, dude. Fucking life is also at the same time as it's so scary. I think if you lived, let's say, one of the lives of a supposed child being like blood drained, you know, sacrificed or whatever, you wake up right after that and you're like, oh fuck, that was a crazy one. But it was just a scary dream, and now I can tell that this life is so much more. Same when you wake out of your dreams in this life, you're suddenly like, oh my God, how did I think that was real? That was so loose and airy and not like as real feeling and as intense as this one feels. And I think that's exactly what happens when we wake up out of this one. When we die and we wake up out of this one, that's exactly the same thought. So no matter how scary it gets, we're always on the other side, ready to comfort each other, and a big healing and just pure love. That's all anyone that ever has near that death experiences, which there's tens of thousands of like scientifically reported ones where it's been like written down by, you know, people. And, you know, it's all stories of the people that had them, but they corroborate them, a lot of them, with people that said, yeah, no, they did die. They were in the doctors say, no, he did die on my table. They're dead for this amount of time. We have it written down, and they came back to life at this moment. And a lot of them, they corroborate. I just feel like I'm saying that word silly, but corroborate. They back up that a lot of times they'll float their body around and be near people to like see, oh my God, I'm scared, I don't want to leave them alone. And so they'll suddenly teleport to everyone they think about in the room, and they see the room they're in, and they're hearing their thoughts as they're standing there, the other person's thoughts that are still alive, and hearing the conversation they're currently having. And they'll remember that conversation and then bring it up to that person later, like, did you say this to that person? And they'll be like, oh my God. And that's happened so many of these cases where it could just all be a story. Even if you get the other person to say, yes, I never talked to them about that, and they just brought it up, and they knew what I said to this person. So there's something extra going on. So that's one thankful thing, where this isn't as scary as it sounds, even though this is just infinite torture. I hope to God aliens step in once we get the power to create minds inside of a computer, because at least right now it's physically moderated by, like, you can't actually get 1 million people in a box and just endlessly torture and rape them or whatever. You'd have to, it'd be a whole job. But we're just going to be able to spawn, and there's literally no escape for them inside of these computers. You could be able to have like scanning things, even if their minds got complicated enough to where they might be able to devise a way to break out of the system, if that's even possible. As soon as they can figure that out, you have a thing there and just deletes them. You're stuck. As soon as we develop that, and if we haven't fucking evolved to the state where we're not going to fucking keep abusing others, I hope to God the aliens step in and be like, okay, well, now we let you guys launch the nukes at each other. We let you do all these terrible, like, fucking torture ceremonies and stuff because you needed to learn. Now we're going to have a mind-melding session where you each feel the pain that you've made others feel, and the pain and it's going to be a very, oh my God type of moment, and very painful, but healing. But I don't... If they let it go ahead where we can create infinite life inside a computer and people are going to fucking take that... There's so many bad directions that could go where it's infinitely worse. And I hope to God they step in. But whatever. Yeah, I was already thinking it was going to get Texas. Now I posted on Twitter. I've been thinking about it because I kept thinking in my head, and then I remembered the GIF. I didn't word the first part of it too well. I want to go to my account. How do I... No. I'll say that one. This GIF right here. Survive. I don't ever post... I said it on this thing. I don't ever talk about memes like... I don't ever post memes in like a very it feels like I'm kind of going against myself because it just feels bad to do like a genuine... My back is hurting. This chair is not good to me. This one's not good for me. I'm usually always ironic with these kinds of things, but I'm very much like... if they win this, the main thing, because I don't see how, let's imagine this other side is not the Democrats. It's the people that own everything. They're the trillionaires of the world. They're the ones that keep going to wars. They're the ones that own all of the biggest companies that sell everything to every part of the country. They own everything. They're the owners of the corporation, like capitalistically, they're the owners of the things. Not like it's like, oh, there, you think there's a big dark room where they're sitting in a circle? Maybe. They might like a light on. They probably like it lit up. But they're probably talking. I would if I owned a thing and there's another person that owned the second biggest thing. And I'm like, hey, let's make sure we don't end up not owning this anymore. Let's keep control of this and steer the thing to keep getting us more of this. Everyone's going to be after them. Literally, they killed JFK. They killed RFK. They tried to kill Trump. I'm just going to take it as that event happened as it looked. Because, I don't know. I think it happened as it looked. Which they're kind of sloppy. Because JFK and RFK, there were multiple guys that had guns. Like, JFK was shot from multiple directions. So to say there's one shooter, but they had fail-safes. In each of these cases, for RFK and JFK, there were fail-safes. If one guy didn't get them, the other guy would. And so for Trump, that they just sent one guy out. But they put him like on a roof that was so close to him. So maybe they said, we don't need a fail-safe. There's no missing this. This kid is trained. We've had him trained. And they tried to do the same thing to Trump. Maybe that wasn't something done by this machine, the CIA, the people owning everything, whatever you want to describe them as. We don't really know where they lie, which specific, CIA. I think a lot of it is CIA, but there's no knowing. I mean, you can make some good guesses, but I guess a lot of them are actually super hidden. Like they make a thing of it to not be known. Because they look at history and they know, okay, well, if this person is known as the most powerful person in this, the people go and find him and kill him when there's an uprising. If they don't know I'm that guy, they're not going to try to kill me. But yeah, so if they win this, the thing is survive, man. Good Lord, everyone's going to be trying to kill them. Like RFK is going to go in to the health industry, which is the biggest industry, even more than military-industrial complex, I think. At least in the numbers we know. And my God, dude, everyone that has all the power in the world are against them right now. And again, it has nothing to do with Trump. It's just, he happened to be the thing that happened at this time, and it happened to be the Democrats that the elite were claiming as their own and sucking from. And they did the same thing with the Republicans, but one of the people that weren't in the check-marked list of people that could run for both different parties came out of, right field, I'd say this time, instead of left field. I'll kill you. I'll kill each of you. And, yeah. Let's see, let's check. Should we check Twitter? Should we check? Let's see what this has got to say now.
Grounds that we have been.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. Ones that were affected.
This one still says 168.81. Like Trump has 168, Kamala 181, and then this one says, wait, this is House control. Bitch, stop. I'm gonna be honest, whenever I voted today, I went through and I select, this feels so weird to me because my family is helped with social services, and I know most Republicans want to cut those. But also I know that at least the main, like the people you send to the House, the Senate, they're going to have a lot of agreeing with Trump or not with whatever is passed. And I'm like, okay, well, we need people to agree with whatever he's going to put through. Feels crazy to say it, man, but But I selected like one Democrat, the prosecutor of my state, like the lead prosecutor, whatever his title is, because like he's less harsh on crime. And if my state was one of those where they're sending tons of the immigrants to, I'd probably be like, okay, that guy needs to, I don't know how much control he has over, you know, but also he maybe having the laws be to where you can send more people out of jail. But I've been in the jails in this system in my state. And I'm like, all right, cool it. I think in this state, I just live in a state where thankfully, even in the urban center, there's not much crime. And so I'm like, all right, let's, so that, yeah, that's the one Democrat I voted for. I've voted Democrat everything forever. Feels crazy, man. We're in a crazy time. Isn't that right? That shit is not real. You're talking about like how I was saying 168, whatever, 158. Yeah, this one's for House control. Is that what you're talking about? I said, also, I haven't watched the Joker 2 movie, but I've heard the synopsis where literally, remember whenever Joker 1 was released and there was news that came, maybe I shouldn't just keep showing this guy's face. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe that's, maybe people look at this and think good things. The two people watching, one person. Okay. Joker 1 came out and there was this news that came out that they were about to stop it from airing because people got worried that it was going to incite violence. Like the incels of the country, like there was this huge thing with incels and like this group of men that had all their power and from their own perspective and in actuality they're feeling neglected by society and they had no voice, and the movie was like giving them power, like this throwaway person in society giving them power and having everyone at the end loved that person. And so I feel, and this is a very out there conspiracy, but if you look at the Diddy things, you look at the things I was talking about where it does look, there might be an evil point of all, there might be something weird. I don't know. There's something weird going on. They might have put that guy in a room and be like, you little, listen here, the guy that made the movie, all the people that made it, they're like, all right, you fucked up. You just gave these motherfuckers a voice. Now what we need you to do is take that voice that you gave to these people, put it in a new movie where you rape it. Rape it. That power that you gave all of these people that we've been trying so hard to empower. Is that the word for it? To take away the power? No, that's it. Give them power. Empower. To what's a word that uses power? Is there a word that uses power to dispower? To subpower? To... Let me ask ChatGPT. I was thinking I am power. Not EM, but there's no such thing. Man, what's the opposite of empower? Yeah.
The opposite of empower is often disempower or weaken.
Disempower. Okay, well, fuck. Dude, I closed the app! Stop talking to me! Disempower. I know words. Again, like I've said so many times, I know words. I know what they are. I remember. We needed that the thing you empowered, this voice that we've been trying so long to disempower, disenfranchise the male, the people that usually are the ones that have revolutions. We need to strip them of their power. Literally, like let's make them cut their dicks off and balls off. Actually, that. It goes so extreme that it sounds so ridiculous. It sounds so stupid. I know it sounds stupid. But then you go one step at a time, and yeah, I could just be in the depths of like brain rot conspiracy theories. There's a lot of it I still think is like, I don't know though. I don't take anything face value dismissal. I don't ever dismiss something just as soon as it's talked about. I'm like, dude, shit is very weird. It's possible. I don't know. It doesn't sound likely to me, but goddamn if I don't know. Good Lord. But this is, I love this thought. It does feel very, you know, like they made a movie where they literally tried to stop it from airing because they were afraid it was going to incite the incels to have more power and to revolt. And then they fucking released it and people loved it. And so they said, what you're going to do is you're going to make it again and you're going to have the fucker raped. Or this was a part of the plan the whole time. They would make one where they raised him up and then they raped him right before election. And then they're like, the final boot to the neck. Like, oh, and they fucking come. Like, oh! And they fucking are just raping babies. Good God, man. Ah! Ah! I don't know if they're doing that. There's got to be some guys that are doing that. If you just give a bunch of people ultimate power, they have billions of dollars, they have just a castle, and they can command any number of people to do anything for them, you better believe they're going to do anything their mind goes to. And I've met a lot of people where their mind goes to that. So I made a post. I said, as a joke, first thing Trump needs to do is remake Joker 2. Not have the doers and shakers, not have they. Who is they? Fuck you. The people that are in charge. I don't know their names. Who is they? Everyone just keeps always talking about they. They're doing this, they're doing that. Do you not think there's a government? Do you not think that... What do you think is happening? Do you not think there's people that exist in places of power? What? I don't know their names. How would I have a list of their names? They! There's probably different factions of theys. There might be the top dog that everyone in the days know today. But I don't know. There's definitely a group of groups. There's definitely something. Not have the doers and shakers is what I call they. First thing Trump needs, because Trump needs to remake Joker 2. And not have the doers and shakers have the defiant boy get raped. And instead, have him win. They need to remake the movie and be like, listen, come back and we're going to have like the whole jail, instead of like raping him, they're going to cheer around him and he's going to go on to whatever the second act is of raising up all of the scum of the world up into feeling empowered and bringing resolve to the pain. And I guess I said, this is not us. This is only a simulation. We are only experiencing it. I am not me. I'm as much you, Collins, as I am me. I'm going to live your life right after I live this one, unless it's already a pre-predicted path, or maybe I lived yours before I lived, and you're going to live mine, and we're both not each other. But whatever. Think about it.
Came out and posted on Truth
What does he have to say? Breaking! President Trump wars! He's going to say something about they're putting chemicals in water to make freaking frogs gay.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump just came out and posted on Truth Social. There's a lot of reports of fraud in Philadelphia and the key battleground state of Pennsylvania, and that law enforcement is on the way. They've already caught the Democrats cheating all over the state. We're live on air right now with our live feed at Real Alex Jones, myself, Owen Soroya, Roger Stone, and others breaking it down. It is insane. The electricity is going off in all the key Republican counties in a bunch of places.
Is that true?
They're finding all of these fake voters. Illegals are voting. And then out in Arizona, the election machines are going out and the power's going out. And it's just happening all over the place. They are desperate. They are going crazy. But so many people are seeing...
So many people are seeing things, man, but a lot of people, they're heightened, they're scared, they see a Mexican dude voting, they're doing it, they're cheating. I can see that, happening where it's just stored and people I don't know. People make money off of Twitter now, and so they're like, I was always so jealous of people in school. I'd see them grab their back of their chair and do a twist of the back, and they'd pop it. I can't get a pop to happen, though. I don't know if I'm positioning it wrong. I can't get a pop tap. I can pop all the other parts of my baddie. I can't get a pop. I want a pop tapping so bad. Oh, I'd feel so good, dude. I need to go to a chiropractor and get him to pop my shit. I have to stand up, I guess, dude. This thing is killing me. Have you guys ever heard about a Tarlov cyst before? Have any of y'all fuckers heard about a Tarlov cyst before? I have a Tarlov cyst. It's like a kink. Imagine like in a fire or in a hose in a tube that is bendy, and you know, a kink in the line, and so the water stops because it's wrapped around itself and it stops. You know, that happens with your cerebral, the veins that pump cerebral fluid up and down your spine. There can be little kinks in the line, and then like a little bump grows, a cyst of cerebral fluid that can end up pushing against nerves and other things around it and causing pain, and your things can twitch and stuff. So down there, I've had a MRI, I think it was, done on my lower back, and I have a few Tarlov cysts. Tarlov? Isn't there a game called Tarlov? Pavlov. Well, might as well be the same thing. Come on now. It's probably a good Russian man that was doing his job. He's probably doing his job, like doing it well too. He's probably doing his job, doing it well. I'd say he's doing his job, doing it well. Are you going to bed, Collins? I love you. Good night if you're going to bed. Collins, I love you. Good night night if you're going to bed. Collins, are you going to good night night? Collins, have you already left? Good night night. Collins, are you going good night night? Thank you for chatting as much as you did, Collins. I got out, I think, like as much as I wanted to get out. I think I said some things that I felt were important for me to get out. Even if no one listens to, I just needed to talk about it in my own brain. I needed to say some stuff. So I appreciate that, Collins. I do appreciate that heavily. Thank you for that. I feel like you're already gone, Collins, so I just want to say thank you again because I know you're not listening. And now I'm here talking to myself. Now you gotta ask yourself, should I keep talking? Nobody's here. Should I, like, what should I do now? There's nobody even here anymore. Yeah, it says 0 guys. Is that right? 0 dudes are in here. 1 guy. It says 0 guys here, 1 guy down there. Who knows? Who really knows? Maybe at 12 it'll let me start posting to my other channel again, and then I can do like a normal monkey type stream. I can do a monkey stream in that case. Let me zoom this out, I think, since I put it so close to my face. If I do this, yeah. Okay. Let's look at some Twitter. So there's going to be a bunch of shit.
NBC, a senior strategist for Kamala Harris said, quote, I'm about to play the video for you. We are optimistic that we are literally about to turn the page on Donald Trump and install Vice President Harris as the next president of the United States. So she was installed by a coup removing Biden, totally illegal, and was made the nominee without getting 1 vote. I got as many votes as she did, 0. So did Ronald McDonald and the Joker and Batman. And then now you see all this massive fraud going on everywhere, and they're definitely trying to steal it. They've been caught red-handed. There's a huge awakening happening, and they're calling it an installation. When someone is installed, it's like a dictator was installed. Did
they just misspeak? Were the person just saying that they're going that Kamala has won? She's won it. We're going to put her as president.
Out in the open with this garbage. And Owen Schroyer is live right now on air on our live feed. I'm about to be back on with him as well, and a bunch of expert guests just chronicling them being caught red-handed, power outages, machines going down, vote flipping, always against the Republicans.
States here that other than Stockholm Syndrome, I cannot fathom what would cause these decimated blue states and these people who have already had their lives turned upside down and destroyed go out and vote for the same people. It's just there's a lot of head shaking in it.
Okay. It's pretty silly. Yeah. That is what that guy would say in that movie.
And as it turns out, you know, it actually, the health injuries that...
I can't have that happen on YouTube. Sorry, my bro RFK. I can't have it. They'll kill me. They'll find me, and they will kill me.
Victory. He doesn't.
Jesus. It's pretty good. So this guy, that's good, man. The other side is now starting to think about like there being fake people. Like people talk about like they made a clone of Biden and put a new guy in their place. They always talk about these people have body doubles. So the other side is now starting to think there are body doubles. This is a fake person. That's good to see. That's a good post. Thank you for that. It's a pretty good post. Proud of that. I'm happy with that. I saw this earlier. This is a thing. People are saying she acted like she was on a phone call, and then she wasn't actually on the phone call because she showed her phone and it was on a camera. She's on a call with a voter. She's like, look, everybody, I'm on the phone, and then it's just a camera. She could have been still on it, is what people say. I saw one of them where it had one of these things under it, and it was like, this is a lie. She actually was on it. Who knows, though? That is really funny, and that's really cool, though, if she wasn't. And that was just such a... That's really cool. But I don't know. I'd never one of these. Oh, make Jesus first again. I get this guy's a spiritual guy. He's a very spiritual man, which is good. He deleted it. Oh, good Lord. Don't show my search history. Fucking Jesus Christ. Come on now.
15 million votes, and they threw him out of office. And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her. But he got...
This is what I was talking about earlier. Those... fan cams is what I think they're called. They're called fan cams. Fan cams. This is a fan cam. Some funny times happening. I would have loved to have been in school when that happened. That would have been crazy to feel it back whenever Trump won. Dude, I was so scared. Like I said in the one video, whenever that night I just happened to go to my group of friends' house that I had from school, and they were like legitimately self-declared racist, and they're like, I just want to see that N-word get out of office. That's what they said. But that next day, yeah, because it was night that night, and then we went out the next day in their truck. One of them had a huge truck, like the stereotypical Republican truck, that had flags in the back of America, Trump, and then that yellow flag that says, do not stand on me, I'm a snake. Do not step on me, I'm a snake. Slither, slither, I'm a snake. Don't step on my tail. They had those flags in the back of it. And I felt like we were going to get gunned down, man. I was so scared in that truck. And I kept, you know, having to do, like, if people saw, like, made eye contact, I had to be like, you know, you know, that meme where it's like you're watching you're reading, like, Mein Kampf or something, and then you have to keep, like, pointing at him, like, this guy's crazy. He doesn't know he's talking, you know, to that joke. I didn't actually do, but I did feel like I had to be like, I just felt so, I was like, people are going to kill us, because we live in a sort of urban area, meaning there's a lot of black people, and we were a bunch of white dudes going down the street in this big truck with the flags in the back, and I'm like, good Lord, we are going to get shot and killed, because whatever.
Saw him just touch me. Let me cast my ballot, sir. You cannot touch me. Do not touch me like that again.
Take your hat off.
Do not touch me like that again. Do not touch me like.
The fuck? That's a crazy law if that's true. Electioneering laws prohibit people from wearing political clothing near voting locations. That's insane. That doesn't make a lot of sense, I don't think. Aren't there's people literally standing outside that are handing you little pieces of paper that say, vote for this candidate, vote for this candidate. There's like people that talk to you like, please vote for us. How can you as a person not wear something you want to wear? As if that's going to like, but that'll affect other people. If they want to vote for someone else, they're not going to be able to. You're wearing a hat. Or maybe it's just to not have incitements of like fighting happen. You're not supposed to go there. And I kept trying to, I went with my mom and my son, and she kept bringing up like, okay, so we're going to vote for all Republicans except for this guy. And she kept saying it out loud, and I kept like, stop. Because everyone would kind of turn and look at us. But I'm like, even I know, I think that that's just the thing you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to talk out loud about who are you voting for? I'm voting for this person. You're just all supposed to just keep it where you go and vote and get out, you know, because I can, if that's the actual reason for it, to not have incitements of like battles happening where it turns into fights and stuff, where it's like, I'm team this, and other people see you like, fuck you, dude, and you know, maybe. I love cats, dude. That's so cool. That guy needs to stop overextending his finger, though. It looks weird and he shouldn't do it. Yeah, this is what I was talking about that one time where I'm like, he's a bitch. This is the video I was talking about. This is gonna have some cool music accompanied with it, though. Yeah. Camden! Tell me about it.
I went brave in the game. I didn't get scared.
And you had the volume up too?
Yeah.
You were that brave?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Not a lot. Some didn't get too loud and hurt my eardrums if I turn it up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts my eardrums.
Eardrum.
That what it does. It hurts my eardrums.
Mm-hmm.
If I turn it up.
Mm-hmm.
But my legs are hurting. But if you wanted to, we can play Roblox.
You wanna play Roblox with me? Here, I can pull up that one cover onto the bed so you can sit on it. It still doesn't have sheets on it.
But you can have your seat
then. I want to see if it'll let me stream to the other account yet, because it says I can't until one more day.
Your sheet is on top of my toy box.
Yeah, everything's right here folded. I can't.
Your sheet is on the toy box.
Oh, it's already done.
Yay!
Yay!
It's not white.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yay! Look, that other... I'd have to pick that whole thing off there and do everything.
How's it going?
Everyone's saying he's gonna win. Still, I don't know.
How many electoral votes? That's a big... If they win or what, you have to have
Yeah, I
like
know.
270 or something?
Electoral votes so far. I think Google should just show it. So far he has 198, she has 99. I know, it's crazy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Have that.
Don't unplug those.
Right now, Daddy's doing all kinds of stuff. You want to come back in here?
He can get his iPad and be on the bed if he wants.
Huh? Are you gonna play in here on Daddy's bed? Okay, well don't move anything. Let Daddy get it all fixed. I know. It's all piled up. Just don't pull on it because it'll all fall on the floor and it's clean. Do you need to pee?
Stop, Camden.
Careful and not unplug this so you can't go in and out.
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay? I don't know.
Have you seen the new Gorilla Tag update, Ashley?
Gorilla Tag?
That's the sound you make when you're excited about the new Gorilla Tag update. Thank you for that, Ashley.
Is it okay for me to say something like that? What? Is that okay for me to say something like that? Yeah, it's just a simple question. If anyone could let me know, just wondering if it's alright for me to say something like that in here.
Okay to say what?
Just trying to, I don't know, figure out what's okay and what's not.
Just don't say slurs, friend. Pretty much, just don't say slurs.
Yeah, it won't be too hard for me. I could be Elliot if you want me to. Would you like me to be Elliot?
I'm good.
Come here. It's alright.
I'm good. How old are you?
As old as you need me to be.
Like 80. peace. You guys are garbage.
Hey, could you please stop being mean like that, dude? I'm trying to enjoy my night. If you're gonna be mean like that to me, I'm gonna start crying. It's gonna be an awful night for me.
Shut up!
I would really like it if you would not try to make me cry, not try to make me upset.
Bro, shut up! Shut up!
Please stop being mean to me. We can just go to having fun together. We can just try to have fun together, have a nice fun time together.
How old are you?
Alright, so now that we're all tagged, I think we could try to be friends together, right? Right, everybody? We could have a fun time together. We don't have to be mean, right?
Shut it up! Okay, we're reporting you. We're reporting you. Bro, like 5 times in a row I threw my controller across the room.
Oh god, don't even get me started. Oh, look at him with his hat.
Shut up, idiot.
The yellow hat guy.
Shut up. Shut it up.
Shut up, bro. Nobody cares, little kid, bro. Nobody cares. Shut up, bro.
Is that you? Or you?
Who said that, bro? I know you did not just say that, bro.
Shut up. Shut up. You sound like Mickey Mouse. Be quiet.
Talking about Mickey Mouse, bro. You know that's a classic.
Bro, shut up. Shut up. Stupid old man. Shut up, bro. Shut up.
These kids, man, it's like when they played a monkey game. I don't know, when they played a monkey game, I think it gets them a little too hopped up, swinging the hands around.
Yeah, because you don't have to play, dingus.
No, I think when they jump around in monkey pose, I don't know, it does something to these kids' head. Whenever they jump around through the beautiful, colorful cave, the crystal cavern, I think it just does something to their head. I don't know.
I can't hear somebody.
Oh, I can hear you, buddy. You wanna be my friend?
Dude. Hey, you're a stupid idiot.
Please take it back. Please take it back. Please take it back.
You're a stupid idiot.
Please take it back.
I apologize for saying shut up so much. I am deeply regretful and hope that you have an excellent night of fun and friends in this good monkey game. For all of us, this is our favorite monkey game, and I am sorry for saying those mean and hurtful things to you. I've learned to be kind and friendly tonight, and forever always friends on video games. Thank you, police.
Anyone got eyes on the bat? I'm gonna ask you again.
There's no one watching this anymore. And I guess I could treat it as I'm just recording a video. A little snapshot of my thoughts this election day night, because in the future, whenever I become super duper famous, like we all know that's going to happen, then people will be like, I'm so interested in what this genius man kid boy was thinking during election night 2024. And they'd come back to this video and see. But it feels weird to just be talking to myself. I'm gonna be honest. If there's even just a single guy, it doesn't feel that weird. But if there's, you know. I don't think there's a single guy, though. So, well. I think I got some good stuff out, though. I think I got some good stuff out. I thought, listen. The whole getting excited about the other side losing and them feeling pain. No, we should, even the people, if there is the top ring of this that I was saying there's evil, actual evil happening, we need to bring them in, literally, and heal together with them. As, like in the singularity moment. In the now and here moment, if there are people in satanic child torture groups, cults, if there is, and that's a crazy conspiracy theory, but if, then they've just got to die. And not in like a way like, let's do the same thing to them that they did to them. No, that just increases the amount of pain. You're going to live both lives anyways. You're going to live the life of the torturer and the tortured. And so if the people that execute the torture them too, now it's just raising the amount of pain you feel. So you just got to do it quick. You just got to go boop, and just get them out of here. Get them out of here. You just got to get them out of here, man. I keep stopping because I realize there's no one to talk to. And I'm feeling a little sad, honestly. I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling a little sad about it. Maybe there's someone to talk to. I doubt it, I really doubt it. But there's nobody to talk to. Anywhere in the world. There's no one to talk to, man. Thank you for watching.